Dear learners, welcome to today's session. We will discuss an important topic: educational evaluation methods, techniques, and tools in inclusive education. Please watch the entire video carefully and take notes of the key points. At the end of the session, you'll find multiple choice questions to help reinforce your understanding. Let us understand. Educational evaluation in inclusive education. Inclusive education is a system of education wherein all learners, regardless of their physical, intellectual, social, emotional, linguistic, or other conditions, are provided equitable access to education. Educational evaluation in inclusive education must go beyond traditional practices to accommodate the unique needs of all learners. It requires adopting a flexible, student centered approach that prioritizes growth, equity, and inclusion. By using diverse methods, techniques, and tools tailored to the abilities and needs of each learner, educators can truly foster a supportive and effective inclusive learning environment. Meaning of educational evaluation in inclusive education. Educational evaluation in inclusive education refers to the systematic process of documenting and assessing the academic progress, learning behaviors, and developmental needs of students with diverse abilities. The purpose is to understand individual learning needs, inform individualized instruction and support services, ensure accountability and monitor progress toward learning goals, promote inclusive practices and equity. Key principles of evaluation in inclusive education. Equity and fairness. Evaluation methods should be accessible and non-discriminatory. Flexibility. Use of multiple means and modes to assess learning. Authenticity. Assessments should reflect real-world applications of knowledge. Individualization. Tailored assessments to match the needs of each learner. Participation. Students should be actively involved in the evaluation process. Methods of evaluation in inclusive education. A. Formative evaluation, ongoing and continuous. Helps identify learning gaps and provide immediate feedback. Examples: classroom observations, questioning, quizzes, peer and self-assessment. B. Summative evaluation, conducted at the end of an instructional period. Measures learning outcomes. Examples: term-end exams, final projects, standardized tests, with accommodations. C. Diagnostic evaluation, identifies students' strengths, weaknesses, and specific learning needs before instruction. Helps in designing individualized education programs, IEPs. Examples: cognitive ability tests, psychological assessments. D. Placement evaluation determines the most appropriate learning environment and level of instruction for the learner. Common in special education to decide resource allocation. E. Prognostic evaluation predicts future learning outcomes or performance trends. Techniques of evaluation in inclusive education. A. Observation, systematic watching and recording of behaviors. Can be structured with checklists or unstructured. Useful for assessing social interactions, motor skills, behavior, etc. B. Interviews conducted with students, parents, and teachers. Provides insights into students' background, challenges, and progress. C. Portfolio assessment, collection of student work over time. Shows learning progress and personal achievements. Encourages student reflection and ownership of learning. D. Rubrics clear criteria for evaluating performance. Helps in consistent, objective, and transparent grading. E. Self and peer assessment encourages critical thinking and self reflection. Builds confidence and collaboration among students. F. Anecdotal records, narrative descriptions of specific incidents or behaviors. Helpful in understanding emotional and social development. D. Rubrics, clear criteria for evaluating performance. Helps in consistent, objective, and transparent grading. E. Self and peer assessment encourages critical thinking and self reflection. Builds confidence and collaboration among students. F. Anecdotal records, narrative descriptions of specific incidents or behaviors. Helpful in understanding emotional and social development. C. Performance tasks, real life activities like role plays, experiments, or presentations. Assess applied knowledge and skills. D. Assistive technology tools, tools like screen readers, voice to text software, and adapted keyboards aid evaluation for children with disabilities. E. Individualized Education Program, IEP, reviews, periodic evaluations to assess progress toward IEP goals. Collaborative process involving special educators, regular teachers, parents, and sometimes students. Dear viewers, let's solve some important multiple choice questions based on the presentation. 1. What is the primary goal of educational evaluation in inclusive education? A. To rank students according to marks. B. To identify students for special classes. C. To understand and support individual learning needs. D. To determine school funding. Answer C. 2. Which of the following is an example of formative evaluation? A. Year-end board examination. B. Weekly quiz and feedback. C. Final grade report. D. Scholarship eligibility test. Answer B. 3. Diagnostic evaluation is used to A. Measure achievement at the end of a course. B. Predict future academic success. C. Identify learning difficulties before instruction. D. Compare performance among students. Answer C. 4. Which evaluation method is best suited to determine the effectiveness of a student's IEP goals? A. Summative evaluation. B. Placement evaluation. C. IEP review and monitoring. D. Standardized testing. Answer C. 5. Which technique involves collecting a student's work over time to evaluate learning progress? A. Interview. B. Portfolio assessment. C. Anecdotal record. D. Observation checklist. Answer B. 6. What principle supports the use of multiple assessment methods in inclusive classrooms? A. Norm-referenced evaluation. B. Universal Design for Learning, UDL. C. Competitive testing. D. Fixed curriculum approach. Answer B. 7. Which of the following is a challenge in implementing inclusive evaluation practices? A. Availability of assistive tools. B. Cultural responsiveness of the teachers. C. Lack of trained personnel. D. Collaboration among educators. Answer C. 8. Which of these is a performance-based evaluation tool? A. Oral questioning. B. Observation checklist. C. Science experiment report. D. Standardized test. Answer C. 9 self and peer assessments help in developing A. Uniform grading, B. Competitive learning, C. Student autonomy and reflection, D. Teacher accountability. Answer C. 10. What kind of evaluation helps to decide a suitable learning environment for a student? A. Formative evaluation, B. Summative evaluation, C. Prognostic evaluation, D. Placement evaluation. Answer D. Thank you. Don't miss out. Subscribe now to my YouTube channel, Education and Teacher Education, for insightful content and valuable resources.